This isn't a play, but it's a dog. So, you know.
All right.
Casting, we have Tony over here playing Lord Byron. I will be playing Claire, Mary's sister. Joseph is going to be Percy Shelley, and then Alex is Mary Shelley. Let's get started.
But doesn't all progress push the boundary of nature in some way? Medicine? Tools? Art?
What about weapons? War? Pollution? Human suffering? Change doesn't always equate to progress, and knowledge doesn't guarantee intelligence.
What are you implying?
Nothing. Merely that your inability to see beyond your narrow perspective inhibits your understanding of the scientific, among other things.
Other things such as...
Well, George, I'm certain your work could benefit from a more open mind.
My word.
Oh, gentlemen, you're both pretty.
Sir, you have insulted my honor and leave me with no choice.
No one is going to duel in this house, or I'm going to bash both of your heads in.
The pen is mightier than the sword.
Byron picks up a pen and stabs the table.
We shall have a writing contest.
I have to replace the table?
Very well!
Percy picks up a letter opener and stabs the table.
And what shall the conditions... Fuck, I'm sorry, it's so small. Of said contest.
We're only renting this home for the summer. Gentlemen, please do not destroy the furniture.
Since you feel so passionately about death, then let us use that as an inspiration for our works. Ghost stories.
Mary, you should write something. Me? You write wonderful stories. You always have.
She does? Oh, Mary, I didn't realize.
Here is a mind lacking in imagination.
Oh, I don't think so.
First, you're afraid of powers of modern science. Now, you're afraid of your own imagination.
Mary stands up. She grabs a knife and stabs the table.
I am not afraid.
Claire stabs the table with another sharp object. This should be good fun. Yes, but what I'm trying to tell you is, that's not the only reason I left. That's not even the main reason.
Oh?
I know you've been going through a difficult time, and I didn't want it to be like what happened when you first left home. I want to be there for you, to help you face the nightmares.
Oh, thank you, Claire, but that's not the type of nightmare you can help me face. When I can get my thoughts and feeling down on paper, I can take everything that's in my mind and it's not as if it all disappears. It's just emotions can create a storm inside of me, and when that storm is written down, I'm the one in control. And I can preserve what I want to remember so that it isn't forgotten. Does that make any sense?
No, but I'm not a writer.
Rebirth.
This, gentleman, is the greatest achievement in modern science.
Nature.
We can push the limits of the natural world,
Boundaries.
and the march of progress continues.
Abuse.
We might, at some point, be able to reanimate the dead completely,
God.
to create life.
Man.
I will now demonstrate.
Clara.
Mary shocks the frog with the electric prong. Instead of its legs moving, the frog wails like an infant. Lights out.
They are an interesting couple, are they not?
Percy and my sister? Yes, quite interesting.
Yeah, I sometimes wonder how they manage not to drive each other insane.
Oh, they do. Believe me, they do.
Then how is it that they've stayed together?
Well, they're both stubborn and brilliant, and I suppose they both enjoy having someone around to drive them insane.
Yes, I suppose you're right.
What about you, Byron?
Me?
Do you feel as though you might enjoy having someone to drive you insane? A bit. I figured you must have been with half the women of Europe by now, and half the men, and perhaps a few Americans as well.
I suppose it's different when you consider the woman or man or American in question a good friend.
I do not understand why you are always so mean to me.
Dear Frankenstein. I mean to everyone. If I started being polite to you, that is when you should be worried.
Thou hast criticized thy lover for conspiring to use a power which thou thyself is attempting to harness in thy own imagination.
No, clearly, as a creation of my mind, you do not understand the difference between reality and fantasy. But since I do not have the patience to explain that to you in the present moment, all I will say is that whatever greatness that you think you will reach, whatever future you have planned for yourself, it will all be determined by me. Your fate, your destiny, belong to my hands, and mine alone. I would watch your tone if I were you.
Thou overestimates the power of thy imagination. Thou wast given the power to create, not the will to command that once it has been created. But be warned, my creator, for you seek to control that which cannot be controlled. 'Tis a month before the month of May, and the spring comes slowly up this way. The lovely lady, Christabel.
Ah!
Percy?
What's wrong?
I've had a vision. The image of a terrible being flashed before my eyes.
Good Lord, man, what did you see?
I saw a woman. No, a beast. Her breasts were bare, and in the place where her nipples should be were a pair of the most fearsome yellow eyes.
You saw a woman with eyeballs for nipples?
Yes!
That is the stupidest thing I have ever heard.
It is the most horrifying thing you have ever heard.
Say it again.
I saw she was a woman with eyeballs for nipples.
Cannot even say it with a straight face.
I will show you how terrifying this beast is.
He starts to draw the image.
Be careful, Percy, or I might have to stare at you with my breast.
Byron throws the book over his shoulder.
It's official. We've all lost our mind.
Huzzah! This is cause for celebration! To the liquor!
To the liquor!
You can tell they are spying on us because they lit a candle, and every moment or so it flickers.
It is unfortunate.
Those stupid floozers can't leave well enough alone.
Perhaps now would be a good time to set up that curtain.
Byron gets up from the couch holding the white sheet.
Wait, Byron,
Yeah?
it does not matter.
If they are so determined to watch us, then let them watch us. At least we will give them something to look at. Byron drops the sheet and sits back down.
Are you certain? I mean, we do not have to do this if you're not comfortable.
No, I want to. And do you?
Of course!
Then if we both want to, we should. Others do not matter.
They kiss. They kiss a lot. They start to undress each other. Oh God! Mary, I love how the lesbian and the gay are doing this scene. It's too much. Mary enters the room. Claire, are you in here?
Mary sees Byron and Claire on the couch. They freeze like deer caught in headlights.
Well, it's about bloody time. However, I do need the space. Would you mind moving this to the bedroom?
Lights out! Steam
Christ.
Alive!
No, absolutely not. You get back here and finish this story. We are on limited schedule. The contest is tomorrow evening, and we have not even halfway through the story. Frankenstein. Frankenstein!
Too late. Frankenstein has already left.
Do you want to be left alone with your monsters and nightmares?
Yes!
Well, fine.
Percy, wait.
What is it?
That is how I am able to deal with this. With her being gone.
Her is vague.
Not frog's legs!
Just like this, then? Alone?
Yes.
Then what do you need me for?
You can make me coffee if you would like.
Fine.
Percy goes to make coffee. Mary writes. Percy re-enters.
Mary,
Yes?
it's good. Very good. Brilliant, actually.
This?
Yes. I'm sure you'll win.
What about your terrifying story?
I didn't write it. I couldn't think of a damn thing. I'm sorry.
I hope that thou wilt find the comfort that thou seeks, and I hope that when thou hast, thou wilt find strength to let go.
There's
So-
no competition, Byron.
We will see about that. Mary, would you like to go first?
Oh, certainly.
Mary pulls out her manuscript.
My My God, Mary, did you write a novel?
You could say that.
I would just like to remind the group that this is a quality of the story that matters, not the quantity.
Give it up, Byron.
Boys, let her read.
Letter 4 to Mrs. Seville, England, August 5th, from your brother. So strange an accident has happened to us that I cannot forbear recording it, although it is probable that you will see me before these papers can come into your possession.
How can I move thee? Will no entreaties cause thee to turn a favorable eye upon thy creature, who implores thy goodness and compassion? I was benevolent, my soul glowed with love and humanity, but I am not alone, miserably alone. Oh, praise the eternal justice of man, yet I ask you not to spare me. Listen to me. And then, if you can, and if you will, destroy the work of your hand.
Farewell. I leave you, and in you the last of humankind, whose these eyes will ever behold.